structural integrity of the human body and ancient spiritual energy systems. Feeling good, in the context of commanding wealth, is not a fleeting emotion or a superficial positive attitude. It is a deep systemic alignment of the physical body, the neurological pathways, and the spiritual anatomy. When this biological and energetic alignment occurs, the universe is forced to respond to the broadcast, delivering opportunities, resources, and immense charge of abundance. Ancient sages and yogic masters knew that internal stillness and profound safety were the absolute prerequisites for holding power. A heavily dysregulated nervous system creates a chaotic energetic field, leaking life force and projecting a frequency of desperation. Conversely, a regulated, calm nervous system allows an individual to step entirely out of the frequency of lack, which biological systems interpret as identical to physical danger. So we're not gonna continue this content creator's video. They're doing some mantras on the frequency of what they're talking about at the end. This live is going to be the daily read, the daily dose of bringing something out of the awareness. Okay. I wanted to share a little bit of that because, again, as people that are being targeted or harassed or whatever your situation is, it from this energetic space, it is to affect your nervous system, to affect your auric field, all those things which are your natural, organic manifestation. In my humble opinion, the reason why there are people who are air quote wealthy or have money, but their chakras or their energy is murky, well, you really don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that chances are it's due to theft. Okay, that it is due to abuse and theft. Simple as that. Because there's only a couple of ways this is going to happen. It happens organically by way of aligning one's energy and working through all those things, okay, which a lot of people are lazy. This is why people are crooks, okay? So it's either that or it's by way of stealing someone else's essence, energy, resources, I call it the energetic bullies of bullies, which most of the world is governed by. Okay, this is why we see what we see, as we watch TV, as we watch the news, as we look at all sorts of things. We're like, well, how is it that they have money? How is it that they have these things, but their energy is shot? Their energy is fucked. They, their auric field or their, all of the things. And that's because, again, if you can do this organically, it was just slower because it requires that the individual is addressing their own energetic state, their own conscious state, their own traumas. It requires that. Folks don't want to do that. Okay. Which is why you collective, if you're watching whenever you see this video, why you were targeted. Why they want your energy. Why do they want your children upset? Well, because upsetting you no longer works. Upsetting you is no longer affecting your biofield. Why do they want you repeating the stories? Why do they want you answering and reliving things unnecessarily when in some cases is there and it could be easily transferred over to the next department? It's an attempt to get you reliving because the brain, the mind doesn't know the difference between reality and a traumatic event. In my opinion, those are things that you all can look into for yourself. Okay. So a lot of this stuff under the guise of help, under the guise of all sorts of things, is a trick. You don't worry. There's ways you can counsel all that too. I've been talking a lot about daily revoking all the daily contracts that we're making because you go to a county office, you're doing some contracts right then and there. You got to talk to a county worker. Yeah, there's questions and questionnaires there. You're spelling, and you're reaffirming unintentionally. So finding your way daily to withdraw that is going to help from an energetic space as well. Okay, because all of this is trickery. Once you get into the space where you're seeing a lot of things for what they are and you go down this journey and you start to, I'm going to ghosting. I like the word ghosting for people who are like abusive, because it's a control tactic. So I'm going to say you go no contact. You start going no contact once it's clear to you. No, whatever you do, however long it took you to get to the space of acceptance that, oh, they ain't for a bitch. Whatever it took to get you there. Like, oh, they ain't for a hoe. They ain't for old bloomy bloom. They not for, what I'm saying, the collective. They not for my child. They ain't pro autistic society. Nigga, please. They not for none of that. They ain't for none of that. They just looking for yet another way to come up off of somebody else's suffrage. Once you all discovered that, you go no contact. So then the system, as well as those who are ruled by it, then either consciously or subconsciously starts to collaborate in ways to force you into contracts, to force you into interactions, to force you into, it's a passive aggressive, plausible deniability style, to force you into toxic, heavy, dense environments, to force you and to force your children, because many of you get to the phase where it's no longer affecting your biofield the same way. So if some of you are scratching your head and you're shaking your head and you will get to the phase and stage of acceptance to realize that what you're dealing with is older than time. And there's no moral fiber, there's no energy governing, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So you'll get to the part where you can stop fighting yourself, or like really, because you gaslight yourself for a long time because you want to believe that there ain't nobody that sick. It ain't. Is it really that many people that's sick? Hey, come on, they can't be that fucked up. They can't be that sick. They can't be that goddamn desperate. Yes, they can. Because at the end of the day, they're governed by something that's older than time. Okay? Their primitive nature on top of what's been puppeteering humanity long before, since ever there was bitch humanity, bitch. Okay. This is why these people are okay with terrorizing your children, because some of you are having these conversations. Who would want to affect the innocent? That does not make sense. Why would anybody want such a good thing? Why did people are having these conversations? It's money, baby. Money. That's the short answer. because these people don't want to do it organically. They do not wish to do what we're talking about here. Okay. So they're vomiting their issues. But now, anywho, that's what we were sharing, the importance of creating like this. He's talking about the nervous system and the feeling, the feel good chemicals, safety and security, the biofield, um, and how you attract. That's why they want to affect it, because many of you do naturally attract it and they want it. You naturally, as you're working on, you see what I'm saying? So how do you fuck it? How can you fuck it up? It ain't as sophisticated always. There are some people taking credit for things on y'all that they ain't even got business taking credit for. Because some stuff is just simply all you gotta do is just be a glorified bully and get on somebody's nerve at the end of the day. At the end, think about it. At the end of the day, why they pay is a lucrative scam. Why they pay so many people to annoy you? Because at the end of the day, the more, so that ain't sophisticated, that ain't big bad bang boom bomb diggity power. Is very very simplistic, subtle, and primitive. All they have to do is be a glorified bully and get enough people to be willing to be paid to be a glorified. That's all you got to do. So it ain't like, oh, that's a powerful somebody. No, they just basically harass the hell out of somebody, bitch, 24/7, and that's the bulk of their damn power. Okay? And doing that enough to long enough, consistently enough, then affects the biofield of the person, so that then hopefully some of all the shit that they've been doing, trying to take credit for, maybe now it can work. Okay. So give me a second. I want y'all to take a few deep cleansing breaths. Okay, let me see how this looks. Because we're gonna get, oh look it turns darker instead of, and look it. Ain't that weird? Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to take some cleansing breaths because we're going to get into the daily message of bringing something out of our awareness, away from removing awareness. Because again, they heighten this daily to keep dragging. Be gentle with yourself, be kind, give yourself hugs and squeezes, because this is it's foreign to our nature to have to do these things. Okay, so don't beat up yourself because because that's indicative that you're still connected to your emotion body, you're authentic. So even though it works against you, it's a vital sign that you're still, bitch, you ain't all together fucked up yet. So so you know don't take it like, oh man, how come I keep, no, that means you're still vibrant inside. You're not dead. So you have to learn the art of being dead. You got to learn, because that's how I take it. Because to not give something an energetic charge, an energetic emotional feed requires a level of dead, in my humble opinion. Numbness. So I'm going to say mastery. I agree. But it's still unnatural to have to that's only necessary because of the nature of the realms that we're dealing with. It's not natural to our original organic state to even have to be doing that. It's something that has to be implemented because of the mastery is required of the elements, but also of our own emotional state, which is foreign. And when the system has been overworked, overflooded for a long time, it is certainly going to be a little bit challenging, because not everybody got no little perfect little makeup. I'm just going to say it for my fuckers. Okay, come back. Don't laugh at me, y'all, because y'all be like, this lady is hilarious. Okay, I do. I am hilarious. And I have multi-dimensional, multi So you'll see sides of me, okay? Cut off khakis, French braids, and house shoes, and that's what y'all were about to hear, and I pulled her back, okay? It's like, you know. So not everybody is current reality and environment warrants this perfect way. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go on a retreat and I'm gonna be in the mountains or whatever, and I can really no. Some folks is in the snake pit. They're sleeping with the enemies. And not literally speaking. Well, some of you all, it may be. Some of you all, it may somebody sleeping. Somebody, may be literally sleeping, but others of you out there is in proximity, your environment. Okay. So what do you do with that? They're your paid antagonist. Okay. So they ain't got nothing to lose. They need that Walmart gift card. Shit. They trying to get shit. They got that Corno. Shit, they got the insurance. Shit. So what? What are you gonna do? So be kind is all I'm saying. Just be kind to yourself when there's tools that we're putting in our toolkit that assist us with this fluctuation. Okay. But that's why they attack your children. And you all will come up with your own unique ways of trying to govern your own emotions regarding that, and even, trying to find creative ways or manifesting creative ways to assist them too. Okay. Because this is the plane of existence that we're in. Ain't changing for now. Okay. Also, we have to let go, or it serves us to let go of the idea that thinking if you're governed by certain things that the rest of the world is, and they're not. Also, even that just because people can say relatable things to you doesn't mean that they're actually that vibe. Sometimes that's just designed to hopefully see if they can, win your trust for whatever reason. Relatability does not automatically equal benevolence. There are many people who have autistic children just like me, but not all of them operate from a benevolent space, though. Period. Some possibly, unfortunately, objectify even that, because when you're dealing with opportunist type of personalities where you're objectified, you're not even a full being, you're objectified. They objectify. Just another means, just another tool, another means to get money, another means to get wealth, fame, and acclaim, and to be looked upon in a certain light. Because listen, causes are beyond what they appear to be based on the energy governing. Because when shit's legit, it's legit. And they certainly will have absolutely no vested interest in hurting anyone in the population in which they are claiming to serve. When it's legit. Many of you have been illegally placed on some kind of a watch list, but it's the terrorists that put you on it. It's the terrorists themselves. Ain't that fascinating? That got you all put on some kind of list as if you were a terrorist, as if you were some kind of a possible terrorist threat. 135, 40 pounds soaking wet with an autistic kid. Love this shit. Let's get it, okay? Takes some cleansing breaths. Start asking the questions to yourself and the universe inside. How do I bring something out of my awareness? How do I bring this, shifting it out of awareness, out of my awareness, out in every now moment. We're talking about right now, whenever you click on a video and shit. How do and then bring it. All of the toxicities, all of the distractions, all out of our awareness, the antagonists, the stalkers, the weirdos, the, the bureaucracy manufactured. I'm gonna put that in front of it because some stuff ain't even bureaucracy. Some stuff is manufactured, unnecessary BS bureaucracy that would not otherwise be there if people get to stick out their asses but come back. How do you bring that out of there? Out of your awareness. Let's do it. It's gonna be simple. You're strong. Okay, and I'll start it strong, brave, and fearless. Okay. Even if you don't want to be, even if you don't think you are, even if it don't feel like you are. Okay, you are every kind of fierce. With cut off cactus ridge braids, house shoes, with plastic wigs and pro wings, with all of that. I've been saying that for some time, and people are possibly catching up that I really meant that. I actually meant it. I wasn't just saying it because I was wherever I was saying it then, and I said it. We got cinnamon. Ooh, this is what people be seeing me smoke, by the way. I don't do drugs and alcohol, recreational things. No qualms to those of you. That's your life and story, but I don't. This is Mystic Merlinite, and this is Black Tourmaline. Everything is inverted, so it's going the opposite direction. Isn't that funny? How? Why do you easily? We're trying to hijack our own subconscious and working with the universe, the matrix. We're trying to hijack that at the same time. Okay. How do we? Oh, come on, loosen up. Let's loosen our booty cheeks up. How do we so easily redirect our focus into that we intend when we're plummeted or barricaded 24/7? People that need you to feel bad so that your frequency could be affected. How why do we so easily redirect our energy and our focus onto that we intend? How? Why do we so easily, effortlessly, elegantly, powerfully, creatively how? Why? How? Why? It says first house, the self. How? Why do we? In every now and moment, the message of the day, the yay today. How? Y'all, like this lady is funny. I know. It says the deep clean. Interesting. Okay. I have the deep clean, the first house. Maybe it's, you're focusing on those things, cleaning. Look, interesting. See, sometimes it's the simple stuff. we complicate things by nature, but sometimes it's the simple, mundane things. Now, what's funny though, I just had a thought that science proves, or scientific study, behavioral health studies reflect, and I don't know the exact math on it, but it reflects that if you're full of anxiety or stressing out or something is pulling your attention, like start cleaning up and it will bring you present into the moment, into your body. And it for whatever reason, some kind of signals. Okay, I don't know all the reasons, but I saw that somewhere. Um, so maybe that's something depending on the moment, okay, that is happening. Okay, maybe you will clean up a space if it's when you're out and about. Maybe if you're using energetic sprays or something like that, where you're not cleaning up a space, but in a moment you just need a mist, you know, because he come with a whole ass. Okay, see how I keep going back. I'm working on this with y'all because that's the other part. That's the other part of me. It's like, because they don't, okay, yeah. Spritz, 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 spritz. Because, it ain't going to come on a schedule. See, the thing about life is it's not, there's no honor among thieves. And there's no integrity among antagonists. So they're not gonna be like, oh wait, let him catch his breath first, and then first I'll do this. That's not the point of why they're doing what they're doing. So it's gonna be in inopportune moments in which they're always trying to do what they're trying to do. When you're vulnerable, when you're distracted, when you're, handling life, taking care of business, running errands, taking your kids to doctor's appointments, uh, shopping, whatever it is, when you are, in being embodied, that's when they try to slither on into, the creepy ass. Okay. That's when they, because they're desperate and they're addicted to your energy and even that of your children, because the innocence, they don't, the children are autistics. If you're taking care of somebody who's differently abled, yeah, I said it that way on purpose. That's my new way of saying it. Instead of saying disabled, I'm saying differently abled. Okay. um yeah, to affect their energy, so it could be a leak. It's I can go deep into some of this stuff, but that's why they do what they do. So what ways can we, why do we so easily? Is it going to be perfectly? No, but we're talking about, this is management, this is maintenance of our energy field, of our reality, so that we have autonomy and sovereignty over how we feel versus the 3-year-olds and adults' bodies driving in Escalades. Okay? Because that's what. Look at the anger on his face. Oh my gosh. For some of you, it's to when this happens. Okay. Maybe shifting to your wins, your successes. There's, I don't care how small it is. There's something, bitch. Okay. There's something. It's something. I promise. There's something in a moment. Okay. In a moment. Okay, you breathe. You feel it. You spritz. With your energy spray, bitch, and your breath is also helping you to regulate your nervous system. By the way. So, okay. If you ain't got no spritz, whatever this is you do in your moment, and then redirect, hold that intention. Okay. I'm so happy. Why am I so happy? Even though I feel, I am proud of myself. I have reasons to be proud. I am getting things done that I intend to get done. Even though the trashy hope even though I am surrounded by those that are paid to make me mad, that are doing things intentionally to piss me off, I am proud of myself for how I'm handling this. I'm growing, I am maturing, I am still getting things done. The things in which I intend is getting done, successful. And maybe just connecting to that in the moment may shift the frequency just enough, because remember, we're wanting to lose resonance with the bullshit. We wanting all, to such a degree that as it's coming, it's incompatible, in hospitable, right? To the attempt to hook, thread, entangle, drag. Okay, I like this for y'all. Okay, in the moment, this is for when you click on this video, because maybe it's something that you're gonna experience. Okay, you got paid actors that are paid to fucking annoy you. Ranging from small to large, and most of it is under plausible deniability tactics. Yes, you do have the rando druggie, that's rude, and that'll cross you intentionally or cross over. You got those randos, but for the most part, dealing with stuff where it's plausible deniability, and you know that somebody's intentionally dragging their tail, and they're like, no, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's just the process. Everything is a process. I just saw, which is the infinite symbol. You have, infinite possibility. Maybe shifting in moments, breathe through it. Give intention to have something come to mind, tangible, that you can touch, feel, something of your own win or victory and success. And then, infinite possibilities. Maybe connecting you to that infinite possibilities, other options, because again, pulling out of our awareness. They want us to latch on and be dragged the crabs in a bucket. That's the whole theory of the crabs in the bucket. There's a crab in the bucket that says, fuck y'all on some bullshit. You may be cool with this cesspool of bullshit because you getting some spiffs for it, bitch, but I'm at the bottom of the totem pole in this bitch. So fuck all you. I'm out of here. I'm getting out of this bucket here, because me being in a bucket ain't benefiting me. It's benefiting you because you're the master's, flunky. It's benefiting you. It's benefiting you to be a crab in the bucket. It ain't benefiting me. So I gotta crawl my whole ass the fuck, come hell or high water, the fuck about here to find me some possibilities in this bitch. So as you all think about yourself as this crab trying to crawl out the bucket, these people, these whoever's, all that, think about all the stuff that they're doing. That's an attempt to pull you back into the cesspool, because perhaps they benefit off of you being in the bucket. Perhaps you being in a bucket is why the master give them some cool, spiffs in the first place. Maybe that's why they so desperately want to pull you back into the bucket, because there's a contingent upon them being to keep that goddamn escalate. It's contingent upon them being able to not get their whole ass whipped into oblivion. It's upon them being able to keep their jobs, to be able to get this promotion, to be able to stay famous, to be able to stay relevant, to be able to stay young looking, to be able to. So maybe that's why they're so. Because you could be arguing, well, just let me be. Fuck you and all your shit. I don't care. I know how to manifest. Just let me go. Leave me alone. You can stay there. Respect. Let me go. They can't, because that means they're gonna get their ass chewed out by the master. That means they're not gonna get that promise of that inheritance, that big payout. That means they're not gonna get that contract that they were offered. That means they're gonna have to get off their fat cat ass and find new and innovative ways to sustain their lifestyle. That means they're not gonna be able to skate off, skate by on some fake ass job that's glorified felony, stalking and harassing you. It's no longer gonna be how they're paid. So they can't just let you go. So how do we bring our awareness away from the crabs in the bucket that is daily, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally attempting to keep you and your children in the bucket? It's on, bitch. Huh? You gonna find out. You're gonna find out it's on. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I need, what time am I working with? Because I do got some stuff on today's schedule. That's okay. There we go. Set intentions. Let's see, what can I see while we're, oh, look at, you're dealing with narcissists, whether they're diagnosed or not. Your discretion is advised. We really don't need to be clinicians. We don't need to be diagnosing, but it is our lives. So it serves us to know what we're dealing with, because shit was happening long before there was a DSM-5. And I have mad respect for the industry. I've been through therapy. I've studied in these courses. I've met with several different professionals. So I am not anti. I'm simply saying there's flaw in everything in this plan of existence. And once upon a time, there was none of that, but the energy was, though. The energy was. Abuse has been happening long before we had the DSM-5, and long before we could, which is, peers come together and they determine certain things. That's kind of the process of our behavioral system. Once upon a time in the behavioral health system, if you were homosexual, it was diagnosed as a mental illness. So what does that tell us? It should tell us something. It should. Because they changed it later in life. So it just simply tells us that shit is always evolving, and that it's be based on people's understanding in those dispensations of how they come to determine and decide a thing. These are a bunch of humans that are flawed like you and I. There's holes in everything. the end of the day, abuse is abuse. At the end of the day, this energy was long before anybody was able to put language to it. Okay, let's rock. Let's get a lead energy started. I see Taurus in the 10th house and flow in the first house and cleaning up, deep clean, the deep clean, the deep clean, focusing on deeply cleaning your energy, focus on deeply cleaning your energy, whatever tools you have in your toolkit, which could include, but not limited to, some kind of mindfulness practice, earthing, grounding, breath work, to frequency maintenance, sound frequencies. You could have all sorts of things that you're including, because this is going to help build your immunity, because they're not going to stop. So we're going to bypass all that. And even when some stop, then you got another one. They're like weeds and roaches. Because when you pull up weeds, when you pull up, you got 30,000 more right behind it. You kill a roach, you got their mama, daddy, grandmama, the grand roaches, the baby ones coming up in its place. So it'll be an endless, you see what I'm saying? So maybe the focus on deep cleaning of our own systems, building up some type of an immunity, so that, you see it? In the moment, focusing on the cleaning, focusing on your immunity, things that build your immunity, in the moment. So some breath work, some mudras. Some of y'all may be including, because these are energy centers connected to meridians, connected to energy points, which energy gets stuck in fascia and all sorts of things, which is the birthing of illness. Because some of us ain't aging. Some of us got trapped energy in our fascia. And when I say fascia, I'm not talking about your face up, but fascia, the fascia. Look into that, okay? Which can affect. So some folks ain't doing big, powerful shit like they think they're doing. Some shit is, like I said, glorified bullies that basically was harassing and stalking you enough to such a magnitude for so long that something got stuck in your body. If you had to hold a lot of emotions and energy and trauma, your children, others, and had to just keep on moving on and not been able to cycle through that stuff, at some point there is a threshold which then starts to affect your health and your appearance. So some stuff you getting credit that ain't even, and this is just some glorified talking. That's all this is. In some cases, okay. So how, when the collective, my legit folks, they see this, whatever it is that they may be facing in that moment for that day, that's designed to keep them angry or agitated or afraid, whatever that they're trying to provoke in the collective, how do they so easily adjust or redirect their energy, their focus onto what they intend without bypassing? How do they so easily alchemize that without creating resistance, without bypassing? Void of resistance, void of bypassing. Surrender. Ooh, surrender is your lead. Oh, good gravy, God. Look into the 12th house. It says surrender. The Akashic Records, I think, is on this one. Yep, Akashic Record. So from an energetic space. So it says baggage, surrender, subconscious hacks. There it is. Dreams, karma. Also, this could be tapping into your, sovereign help, You look close at the picture here. I don't know if y'all can see it. 12, that's a good number. 12, 3, it breaks down to a 3. That's alignment. That's alignment. Innovative. Okay. Akashic records. Surrender is your lead. Then I have assets. We have 1, 2, 2 coming out. 12th house, second house. We have a lot. Oh my God, we have 1, 2, 2 twice. Look, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I just caught it. You got the 12th house and the second house. Got 1, 2, 2, and then 1, 2, 2. Security. So it's like surrender and focusing on your assets in the moment. And again, I just want to say, I know that it's easily said than done. I know that I say this in the beginning of the videos. We are practicing this stuff. Okay. Focusing, family, roots, fourth house. Focusing, bringing the attention back into yourself, your assets, what's good, what's working, the things that are going to fortify you in the moment. In the moment. Let's get one more. 12th house, second house. And then we have Pisces, the mystic, that flipped out. And they wanted to come in the reverse. Maybe in the moment, bringing yourself kind of out of your head, out of your emotions about it, and kind of anchoring to something tangible, anchoring to in the moment. Okay, this is going on my favor right now. Tending to myself, tending to my child, my responsibility here. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to focus on my assets. I'm going to focus on my assets. Following your intuition, but pulling yourself out of your head by anchoring to something that's tangible that you can align to in a moment. Even though I feel angry or whatever they're trying to evoke, even though I may be feeling, I feel. Okay. Yeah, I have bitch coming in the reverse. So focusing, you know that you have people that's trying to make you look like a bitch. A part of the antagonistic torture program is so that your feelings, not that they're wrong, but your feelings and your reactions, if they can get you reactive, constant state of reactivity, is to have the world to see you as a bitch. So in the moment, you can, take your breath, do whatever that is you do to adjust, so you can settle into what your true frequency versus what they're trying to pull you into. Yeah, red flag reverse, because they're trying to make you look like a red flag. They're trying to make, it's the projection. They're trying to make you look like a red flag to get it off of them. Yeah, triggered. Listen, triggered in the reverse. So look, the breath work, the focusing, the surrendering into the moment, the focusing on your assets, soothing your emotions and into intuition, so that you can stay in your true frequency. And we're not talking about bypassing. We're not talking about being passive. We're not talking about being doormat. This reading is about removing the awareness so that we're not as reactive as they're trying to keep us, and that we also not wrecking our own system, okay, with the BS here. So I have triggered reverse, bitch reverse, so that you can stay in your own frequency, because that's your true frequency, versus what they're doing to try to make you bitch. You know? I just got a message from somebody. I'm gonna have to check it out here in a minute. I got a message, bitch. You can tell folks ain't really been talking to folks because when they get excited, if they got a message from somebody. Oh, that's sad. That's the saddest thing in the world, man. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, I told you. See, the red flag came in reverse anyway. And bitch, yes, because they're trying to make you look like to the world that it is you. That's the red flag. Okay. So the more we are doing our little things, the more red flaggy, if that makes sense. Because you know what people are doing to you, but unfortunately the world doesn't. So all the things just ends up making you look like a psychotic red flag. You see it? And that's the whole point of it. The people doing what they're doing, they know what they're doing full well. The paid ones, the ones that aren't paid, they're subconscious. They don't know. It's whatever's on them, bitch. Whatever. Oh shit. Shit. Whatever's on them. Look at. It's gonna help you to talk calmly. See, I like this. I have simp coming in the reverse. So I'm glad this is out, because this is not about passivity or just being a doormat or not taking any kind of action. Okay, as guided, but it's going to help you to be seen clearly. Bitch reverse, simp reverse. So your communication won't come off as the way people want your communication to come off as. They want you to be neck rolling, gum popping, shenane acting. Okay, so that when they go and say that this person is a prima donna, pretentious, it'll stick. A drama queen. So this is going to help you to articulate that you're just trying to take care of your assets, your children, your health, and your well-being. But dealing with our triggers, dealing with all the stuff that they're doing with the breathing and adjusting, that's how you easily do it. Surrender is the lead. That's how. Okay. Cleaning up something, adjusting your energy in a moment, breath work, spritz, a mantra, shit. Put your left leg out, hold a hanger. I'm just playing. One time I had a joke, I was like, shit. At some phase, the collective was like, it was because it was too much. This was a few years back when I had got this flash, and it was like, shit, y'all. I was like, give me a hanger, bitch. I'm gonna put my left leg up, and then the right leg, I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna go outside and point north, and then I'm gonna draw, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna be like, beat me up. Shit. The hell is this shit? Yes. See? Self-care, which is a part of maintaining our emotional state and nervous system. That's what I'm talking about. They want it wrecked and fried. You all know already what these MOs are trying to do. You all know. To you and your children. They want y'all in a constant state of turmoil, wrecked and fried. So that's why it's like, these the small subtleties. Oh, this is gonna take, yeah, and like you just this across the ethers. Cool move, Doctor Strange and shit with whoever her name was, the high priestess bitch, you know, because he was pretentious, pompous, arrogant motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Who just knew everything and shit, and was clowning her ass, and thought he was finna attack her. She was like, kicked his ass out of his own body. It's like, you are not about to do this. You're gonna listen, motherfucker. They want y'all in this constant state of, you know. So us learning our self-care and nervous system, that's going to help us and our children doing things to better articulate this stuff. It keeps coming out. Oracle. Yeah, you're an oracle. Triggered oracle. Then look at that. Good gravy. The shadow energy of the narcissist, the shadow people. The shadow people and the narcissist. Triggered reverse. Ooh, the oracle. And self-care. Vampires, you know, trolling and trying to take out Cersei. The fuck. Self-care, self-care, self-care. What you can do in the moment to care for your own emotions, what you can do in the moment to care for your children, what you can do in the moment, where you're at. The breath work is going to give you a moment. It's going to give you that split second that you need. We're not going to do this perfectly. Once again, give yourself a big hug and a squeeze. Here. Okay? Give yourself a hug and a squeeze. Because it's like a bike. You know, anything, this is not natural. Okay, and some of us got lots of variables in the background that's not as conducive for this type of thing. Okay, yeah, empathy for yourself, because you got a bunch of trolls. You got a whole lot of these. You got people trolling you on the internet. You got people literally trolling you. You can't go outside. You can't go to the doctor, bitch. Some of them are the doctors, bitch. You know, the shit. And they get weird. Some of them, not all of them. Some of you all are also manifesting people that they'll have empathy for you as you're doing this, because they will be coming to see and realize that you're not whatever it is that these people are going around trying to convince the world that you are. They will realize for themselves and become thinkers for themselves, instead of just taking some because some motherfucker came in there and said what they said. Yeah, empathy for yourself. Okay, people, you know, privilege is going in reverse. Yeah, realize that people have been trying to block your birthright privileges. You're humane. Some basic shit. We ain't even talking about fanciful shit. We talking some basic shit. Okay? They didn't want your children to have basic. They didn't, you know, and the world is going to see this. Behind their fake support, help, and philanthropy. Yeah, they're trying to take your podcast in reverse. Empathy that people just didn't want you to. Yeah, reverse influencer, self-care. Interesting. Empathy on yourself, reverse. These shadow energies. That doesn't want you to be an influencer. Okay, so in the moment, having empathy for yourself, working with your energy, breathing through it will help your influence And it will also help the world to see as you are maintaining your own energy. You're empath, or maybe you're trying to clear that spongy, narcissist off of an empath. So you're trying to correct that, and that's the stuff that we're talking about. That's going to help correct the porosity and the programming, the leaks, the holes, the tears. Yeah, the gaslight is not going to work. Love and gaslighting reverse. Vampire. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody, influencer, shadow, influencer, shadow. Speak truth and clear about what's lurking in the shadows, help you to see what's in the shadow, help you to articulate it better, and having empathy on yourself for all of this, realizing that they're trying to affect your influence. The reason why people are doing what they're doing in every moment is to discredit your influence. It's narcissist and shadow energy. Mm-hmm. They're trying to affect your credibility and your influence. Mm-hmm. And that's going to help you catch it. And this is from where you grew up. Oh, it says land back. Good gravy, God. For some of you, this is about where you grew up, or people you grew up with or around. For others of you, this could be with the past or somewhere that you are no longer, with the land back. Uh-huh. It might even help people of your past see that, this is what these energies have been doing to you, so that you, as you maintenance your energy, is going to help the world to see, oh, this is what they were doing, so that they can discredit them, so that people would see them as the bitch, that people would see them as the narc, that people would see them as the problem, people would see them as the pretentious prima donna, people would see them in a certain light as the devil incarnate. But some of these motherfuckers, oh, you ain't no benevolent energy if you're a fucking stalker. Stalking for Jesus. No. Yeah. It's going to help people to see. It's going to help you to articulate with the simp in the reverse. Okay. So speaking clearly, having empathy for yourself here. You're not trying to manipulate a situation. We got gaslighting reverse. You're not trying to influence someone else's mind. Empathy. Let's hurry up. Clean up, deep clean. Maybe it's going to help you to clean up. Focus on cleaning up what you didn't mess up. Because many of you is like, you're cleaning up what you didn't even mess up. Recovering stuff that you have no business happening to recover. But it was all to discredit you. All this has been to discredit you, to affect your influence. A bunch of people who didn't want you as an influencer. And it could be because something happened to some of these people's podcasts. They could have been stealing your stuff, and then something happened to theirs, and then it's a bunch of people, that's getting together because they shit or something, they were doing shit, stealing. How do we shift? How do the collective shift So easily shift. So easily shift. So easily shift. I have the taxi. Uh-oh, this could be something to do with Lyft, Uber, rides. Oh, uh-oh. Or going in a different direction because it was in reverse, going in a different direction. So breathe, go in a different direction than where they're trying to pull you. Because it's always about a hook. Oh, we want to get them upset. We want to make them upset. We want to intentionally delay something and say we were in a meeting. Plausible deniability. Because that's a thing. People have meetings. People go to lunch. People, and all those things are true and valid. But when people intentionally do certain things that they have not done and the pattern has not been as such, they knew full well that that was going to create an energy of concern. Rightfully, after manufacturing the racist prick at swap meet. But the good thing is when you do the breath work about these situations, these real life things, being able to articulate or communicate healthy concern to any healthy mind, that should not be a red flag. Okay? Any healthy mind, any parent, any that should not be a red flag to them. Okay, when you're dealing with people that's dealing with disabled, with all kind of mental health issues, you send them to fucking Skid Row. What else the fuck you gonna think? Not a good environment. It's not a good environment for the soundest of mind. It's not a good environment for those who seemingly so-called have it all together. So it's certainly not a good environment. For someone who is compromised or disabled, a different able person. I had a psychiatrist back that up yesterday. For smarty pants out there. Okay. Now, I have the hopeless romantic. Okay. Maybe this is in this episode of Friends. I don't know. See, I used to love Friends, but in this particular episode, Ross and Rachel was dating. Okay. He had an event, a gala with his job, and they were going to like a ball gala, something like that, and everybody had to get ready. So Rachel, for whatever reason, she kept changing clothes. She was taking too long. He ended up getting upset with her and annoyed with her because she was just taking too long, and he was like, "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go." And then he ended up like kind of snapping at her, and she decided she didn't yell, she didn't scream, she didn't cuss at him, she didn't do threats, she didn't stalk him, she didn't go around his life spreading lies and rumors. What what she did when she got upset, she took a breath and she went in and changed clothes, put on her sweatpants and her sweatshirt, and she came back out and sat down. And she was like, "I'm not going." And then he eventually, because she was like, "No, no, I'm not going," blah, 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 blah. And she said all of this calmly. She didn't raise her voice. She did say some sarcastic remarks because he insulted her. He hurt her feelings, he insulted her, and she was trying to go to a gala to support his ass. It made him course correct. It made him course correct because she wasn't going to go along with it. basically. But she now has on the outfit that she eventually wore to the gala. So this is an energy of like, this is going to help you to get into alignment with course correction, people making things right, people possibly apologizing or making adjustments, and you being able to, move on, move forward, and you know, because this is not a game. People have been playing games with you. It says the game show in reverse. People have been playing with your life, you and your children's life, like this is some kind of fucking game show, okay, to finance their own fucking lives. You stop playing games. You don't. You're. This is going to help you to not pull into the game that they're playing and focus on the things that you want to celebrate and all of those things, because it's a game that they're playing. Yeah, the box. Somebody wanted you to be in a box trapped, but this is also the episode of Chandler putting himself in a box because he betrayed his, Joey. So somebody, this is going to help somebody own up to that shit here. Mm-hmm. The Venus report. This is somebody who did some fake reports for a friend, a lover. Mm-hmm. People trying to trap you, basically, as well. Trying to keep you in the box is going to help you to address that. The bride, somebody's fiance. Also, focus on, hold on. God, why does that, who is that? Somebody in Texas? Mm-hmm. The couch. Help you to get rid of some things. Focus on moving something out. The couch in reverse. Then I got the charmer. Uh-oh. And the taxi reverse. Help you to go in a different direction. Help you to express. Go in a different direction. Get off of the couch. Get dressed. Focusing on those things. I know this is a little unorthodox. Take it how it reads, if it reads at all. The pivot. Yep, going in another direction. Going in a different direction. Some of you, this is about moving. It's going to help you to talk about why you moved, why you keep going in different directions, why something, the more you do your breath work and adjust in these moments, it's going to help your energy and help you to better articulate without all the reactivity why, expressing what people are doing, have done, and why your life is what it is. Because again, the whole thing has been to make you look like you're just some kind of a psychotic, fickle, unstable. That's what this whole program is all about. That's what the whole thing. And it's good money in it for the people who are making the good money. It's a scam. And people who have a hard time getting a job otherwise, you could see why they would want this thing to continue. Okay, easy money. I ain't gotta have no real skill. I don't gotta do shit. All I gotta do is, sit up there and be a stalker. I get to be paid to be a psychotic. Think about it. People who fucked up in the head. All they, this is right up their damn alley. They get paid to be a psychotic. They're getting paid to be a bully. They're getting paid to be a racist prick. They're getting paid to be a pretentious religious nut. They're getting paid to go on a witch hunt. They're getting paid to vomit their trauma, to vomit their hatred and self-loathing. Right up their alley. And they ain't got to have no real skill set. All they got to do, they've been a professional at doing this since ever they've been doing it. So that, getting paid to be a jerk, Finally, the one thing that they've been knowing how to do since ever they were here. Right up their alley. And you give me free snacks and a core? Shit. Damn sure want this program to keep going. She ain't got to do shit but walk around and be nosy as fuck. That's the bomb. I'm trying to give context so y'all can think about why would there be such a thing out there. These are all reasons why. It's the money. And if people are trying to get rid of an influencer that they're all trolling, then that's just extra fuel to the fury. If they're trying to make an influencer lose credibility by the abuse and harassment, you ain't got to be a rocket scientist. At some point, even the differently abled would be able to figure that out. It's like, yeah, they want this person. Yeah, they want this money. They don't want to have to get a real skill set. They don't want to have to get a real job, or they don't want to have to create a real business that's not based in the foundation of theft. Shit. You don't want to have to do that. So yeah, we can stimulate the economy with this here program and hiring the troubled youth. (18 to 24). And their parents will do it because their parents want them to have some parents. Woo! Yeah, the homeless people, the displaced population, they super open. They're trying to supplement their income that they have, trying to find a way to get their ass up out of the situation by any means necessary. Ergo, enter. Just stalk and just follow this lady around and her disabled kid. Just be going upstairs saying weird words. Just want to be weird. We'll pay. We'll give you a carton of cigarettes. iPhone. But disclosure, non-disclosure clause. You can't tell nobody. You cannot say this. You cannot admit this. If somebody comes to you and question you, you must deny it, or else you're gonna go to jail, or you have to do your full sentence, or we're gonna withdraw any kind of monetary spiffs you're receiving. You're the champion. I was just going to say that. Focus on your wins. That's what you're being guided to. We did say that earlier. You have reason to be proud of yourself. You have a whole lot of reasons. Most of these people would be dead in the hospital or in jail. Dead in the hospital or in jail. Had they had to deal with the things that you all are dealing with. Okay. It's easy to sit back and kind of try to tell folks what to do when it's not something that you yourself have got to deal with. It's easy to write a list and a bullet point and have a Zoom meeting and a PowerPoint presentation on some topics, bitch. Life is not a PowerPoint meeting, though. You don't care nothing about bullet one, bullet two, slide one, slide two, discussion amendment one, two, cares nothing about it. Joyful. Yes, you have reason to be joyful. And people, look, this, okay. People wanting you to be seen as disgusting so badly. It's sad. These folks are sad. So, folks, this is going to help people to see that who these people are and what they're doing is disgusting. Like, what, yes, it's disgusting. As you focus on, your wins, focus on the things that bring you joy. And look, in this depiction, she's in the fall. So look, the fall is like dead leaves, the fall season, right? Loss, things that are transforming, molting, into another form. Okay. Well, this is you finding joy, even though they keep trying to make shit fall apart around you. They keep trying to surround you with death. They keep trying to find ways to break your heart. They know that they don't have much. So unfortunately, your children is heavily attacked in that way because, well, if you're a parent and not a trash ass one like most of them, then you care. Because most of these people objectify their own children. You actually care. So they use that against you to try to steal your joy. Because you really don't care. They can barely fucking touch you now. Barely. It's hard as hell. This shit hard. It's hard now. It's hard now. So that's why they be needing to put you in contaminated, code violation. They, surround you with death. Send people to annoy you, interrogate you, always under the guise of problem solving. When some stuff wouldn't be a problem if people just did their jobs and provided the resources that they actually have to provide in totality. Or make adjustments. Because listen, don't believe the hype. There's always something. People are doing this every day, making concessions, amendments, and adjustments every day. So don't believe the hype. There's always something. It's a matter of people that you're working with and dealing with being willing to do so. So problem solving is not always something that you lack. It's a matter of people being willing to properly assist with solving that honors you versus exhausts and exasperates you unjustly and unnecessarily. Yes, you want. Listen, A+. These, yes, focusing on your wins here. Some of you may be in school. Okay, I have to say that because it's like somebody that took an exam and I have a trophy here. So some of y'all may be taking some courses. So focusing on the positive with that. Others of you, this is just spiritual, energetic, finding joy in the fall, finding joy in the winter season. You could be a master of this shit, actually. Could be a master because of the way these people have been doing this, how long they've been doing it. Yeah, because, people that's been getting their wins off of you. No, wait. Playful. Okay. When they try to annoy you, start playing. When they're trying to play with you and toy with you and act like the children that they are, or when they're hurting your children, try to find ways to get, if they're energetically, psychically attacking, yeah, these are the whack jobs that you all are dealing with. They're not going away, and when they die, it'll be their descendants in their place. Shit. Shit, acting crazy. Anywho, there's some energy of support that's coming in here. You guys could have had distorted, this is looks like a military person. Child, there's going to be some energies that are not altogether fucked in their head. That's a part of this stuff, okay? Because again, this corruptions run deep. It runs deep. Because this is how some of these people got their whole shit, and they don't care. And people typically don't care until it hit home. Yeah. Yeah, disabled. Like this person, like they could be disabled here or differently abled. So yeah, focusing on ways of how to play, in these moments. Also, maybe connecting with authority. Like these people are doing stuff to basically annoy disabled people. You ain't gotta be a fucking genius to talk to some of these folks to discover that they're not there. So maybe highlighting that there's lots of people. You don't gotta be smart. You don't gotta have a degree. Hell, you ain't gotta be that smart. Some of these people go around acting like they that damn smart. Well, if they that damn smart, then their ass. Arguing with somebody disabled. It's like, you see, little weasel ass, motherfucker, old ass. Yeah. Yeah. And there it is. So, comforting your children in these times, because we got a lot of children. Well, we got an adult here. She's like an adult. And then we got some teenagers, and then we got the younger ones here. But taking care of your emotion, your oxygen, encouraging if you're taking care of a child or a disabled person, shifting the energy of comfort to them, protecting them. Yeah. Now they're smiling. What make them smile, make them laugh, to get them out of what these people are, these attacks and the bullies, these rude, old, dusty, crusty, 1 foot in the grave motherfuckers, racists. Swap meet, Skid Row, go get them. Yep. Crabby. These people want you grouchy and crabby so that they could be excited. So this is going to help y'all to, that's what they're doing to you. That's what they're doing to your children. So taking, the breaths and doing all those things is going to help you pull, that they're doing that. I don't care how sophisticated, passive aggressive, all the slick ways in which they're doing it, whether it's just the ignorance of the world. At the end of the day, there's energies behind it. Because they want the world to see you all as people that's just grouchy and crabby. Oh, they're just grouchy and crabby. No, they're not just grouchy and crabby. No, that's an inaccurate assessment. No, they're not. No, they're not. A lot of these people be just fine, especially the disabled or the children, if people leave them the fuck alone. Ain't nothing wrong with them except people are fucking with them in every way, shape, form, or fashion. Put a smile on their face. Okay. It could be two people that did some disgusting things here. I've got two men here, two boys.
So if a guy yells, that was much
Ashamed. Yeah, this is going to put these people to shame. Basically was trying to bully you and your children here. And it's also a shame if you dealt with a lot of cowardly energy that was willing to do things and allow things to be done to you and your children because they were cowards. Or they did, yeah, yeah. So as you all do this, it's going to help you to deal with the frustration and the confusion that they keep trying to create. And it's going to bring clarity to the confusion. It's going to cause these people to get frustrated and worried as a result. Okay. Cheerful. Yes. Yeah, they don't like you relaxing. You know that people are assigned to disrupt your dwelling, to create fear, worry, stress, and anxiety, no matter where you land, whether that is in a homeless shelter, an apartment, a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. You know that you have people, paying people, connecting with people, no matter where you go, with disrupting that for you and your children. So focusing on these tools is going to help with it, help with your frequency, your children, and then it's going to help you to articulate it. It's going to help the world to see it, what people are doing. Not everybody, because a lot of these people are involved, but the ones who aren't, and the ones who have critical thinking skills, the ones who are, don't have their own prejudices and biases that's stopping them from being able to see something clearly here. Let's get a tarot and then a final message from Osiris. Osiris. Oh, my Mrs. Pumpkin. I miss you, boo-boo. So now every time I see cats, I think of Osiris. I am honored that my goal for him was met. It was met. I wanted him from the very beginning to have a better environment. And so now he's he's in a home, not an apartment complex. He's in a home that he's get to be outside while being inside some kind of enclosed patio. He's got all kind of towers. He's got he's spoiled. He's got a little kitten that looks similar to him that's there that he gets to play with. So I'm actually honored, but I still miss a pumpkin. I miss him with the boo-boo. I learned a lot from Osiris. My experience with him, the time that I had about myself, about my own pain, my own trauma, my own issues. Also learned about, acceptance, and because cats are very independent, they're indifferent. They're not gonna just be you gotta earn their trust. And if you foul, they know it. I say that. They know. Okay. From the tarot, how does the collective shift their energy? They're dealing with protagonists that's getting high off of hurting them and their children. Getting high and or getting paid. Getting high and or getting paid. They're dealing with sadists. Ooh, look at that. Okay. I have the world. That's a completion. And then I have magician and the Queen of Cups. Gone, girl. Gone, girl. You good. Shit. Huh? Your intuition. Look at this. And this is also a surrender position. Remember the other card that came out first was surrender, but this is also alignment and tapping in. You got all the tools. We got Gemini energy here, master there. Okay, magician's not always a bad thing. It's really not. It's alchemy. You may be being guided to use the energy. Like, see how her hands up, like use, like you're using. Does that make sense? Like use the energy to close out a cycle, to bring about some kind of transformation. You may be learning something here as well. Yeah, using the energy. Vulnerability, neutrality. Seven of Wands in reverse. It's also a ricochet effect of things, but not try to defend yourself or it's kind of like, I'm not going to fight with them in the moment. I'm going to alchemize. I'm actually going to go ahead and borrow this. Magician, Seven of Wands reverse. The world, Queen of Cups. Interesting. I'm actually going to use it. I'm going to put the energy. Focus on mastery instead of fighting, or alchemize, using the energy, their investment, their hatred, their hostility, their aggression, their jealousy, their envy, their word curses, their meanness, their prejudices, their persecutions, judgments, their derision, mastery, the devil. Fell on that, the devil. Interesting. This is narcissistic energy, the magician. You're putting an end to something here. As you surrender to your oversoul, tapping in. See how she's in the water? She's immersed in water, and then she's got water coming up from the top. Some of you may use water as an element. Singing bowl, something to temper your emotions. Two of Swords reverse, that's exposure. That's a choice. That's clarity. A decision to hold back. High Priestess energy is here. You know, you have people obsessed. So tapping in is going to help you to hold back, to retain energy, because Four of Pentacles could also be retaining of your energy with this High Priestess. Four of Wands. Justice is in the reverse with Seven of Swords. Yeah, the imbalances. This Queen of Wands reverse is what you're dealing with. The sneaky Queen of Wands reverse. Karmic. You know what they're doing. You know that there is a Queen of Wands reverse amongst others that have an obsession. We're trying to hold on to you, trying to have power and control over you, holding something of yours, stealing from you, trying to hold you back. So this is going to help you to retain your energy, take your power back. Because you know you're dealing with magicians. You know what they're doing. You know exactly what they're doing. You know, people are trying to keep you unstable so that you can look like you're unstable. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Look at that. Okay, you're taking control. I have an emperor now coming in the upright. Interesting. Ooh, yeah. Who is this? Maybe the authorities. This is going to help the authorities. You're going to be guided by your intuition. This is going to help certain people to see that you've been dealing with people making money off of you, greedy people that's been sneaking, stealing, holding on to stuff, and this is why they have the obsession, and this is why they're trying to make you look like you're toxic. This is why they have the obsession with trying to make you look like you have an obsession, because these are sneaky thieves that have been stealing and holding something that belongs to you, and they're trying to be able to keep that under wraps, or they know somebody who has, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Sneaking and stealing, trying to help somebody hold on to something that's not theirs, or somebody that's holding on to a grudge. It's going to come out that there are people who are that go around acting like they're healed and whole and free, and like they are not holding on to any kind of grudges, that in fact you're the one that's holding on to the grudge. But the truth is they're holding on to grudges because you held back. You stopped dealing with certain people when you realized people did not have you and your children's best interest at heart. When you realized people were not being on the up and up with you, they were not being straight, they were not being honest, they were not being forthcoming. When you realized people were stealing from you, when you realize people are not for you. Okay, if you don't like me, then I don't need to go to Starbucks with you. All I need is to deal with you on the bare minimum necessity if I have to deal with you. Otherwise, if you don't like me, there's really no reason for me to go and have Starbucks. That's you, collective. And you realize that people basically ain't really for you the way they be trying to act like they for you. So people had grudges, and a part of their vengeance is lying on you, trying to make it seem like you're some kind of manipulative toxic devil when they are the manipulative toxic devils. When they are the materialistic, money hungry, and greedy motherfuckers, King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, these are people who are shallow. Mm-hmm. It is going to help you. You're going to just keep following your intuition. You may not even feed it because you know what's happening, that people are just trying to force some kind of power and control over you. They're trying to hold you back so that they can sneak off with some shit, that you can get away with some shit. Mm-hmm. Page of Pentacles. Hold on to what you have. Help you to get insight, turning the will in your favor. There you go. It's going to help you gain some kind of a knowledge and insight in this hermit energy, the wheel of fortune, how to proceed, how to move forward. But also it's going to help you express what's been going on in a better way. How people have been trying to keep you isolated so that they can sneak off into things. People are holding on to grudges. People have been making money and a fortune off of trying to keep you in isolation so that this can continue. Hiring practitioners around the world, having people stalk, do stuff, you name it. But this is going to help you to turn this wheel into your favor here. You're going to gain this insight, possibly help an authority figure that's not corrupt see this as well. Okay? Help you take authority of your own situation in the moment. turning this wheel, taking control, even though this is something unjust and unbalanced. You're dealing with sneaky, mischievous, devious, fake saved, fake Christian, fake spiritual, fake decent motherfuckers. Saying praise God ain't gonna change if you use a thieving hoe. Ain't gonna change it, world. We can say praise God from here until the end of time if you is participating. And now, see, we just don't get it. We are colonized, man. Can't even see own disruptive, toxic behaviors, man. Yeah, getting the fortune off of creating the imbalance. We have temperance in the reverse, and this is also indicative that you have been surrounded by people that are not well, and they project it out onto you and your children. Scapegoat. Creating imbalances, making a fortune off of frustrating you and your children, off of trying to create imbalances for you, keeping you in some kind of imprisonment, isolation. This hoe right here, Queen of Wands reverse. You're going to help the world to see that this person is not okay. That they have been working with several energies, several corrupt authority figures, several corrupt leaders, government, police, law, medical, 501c, you name it. They have been working with corrupt church leaders, Masons, Eastern Stars. That's been making a fortune off of entrapping you. Yep. Off of trying to keep you stuck in your head and confused. King of Pentacles, reverse. Page of Cups, reverse. Eight of Swords, out of anger. Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, reverse. Six of Pentacles. People stealing. People not wanting you to have what's yours. People not wanting you to have fairness. A Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. It's about fairness. It's about fair. Folks are going to get angry on your behalf as you temper yours, as you alchemize your own, as you redirect your focus away from the best you can without bypassing, so that you can refortify you and your children's energy field that has been obliterated by these some bitches. Okay, it's gonna help. This bitch is possibly gonna go to jail, and maybe 2 to 3 people that's gonna go to jail for making money off of hurting you and your children. It's extortion, espionage, it's trafficking. So these are human traffickers / Christian. / employee, government official, / Lyft driver, / traffickers. Because again, Six of Cups, yeah, from the past, childhood. Okay, let me get going. Let me get the final messages here. So this is going to help you to balance some stuff out from the imbalances that this person keep trying to create, keep trying to make you and your children sick with spell work and with stalkers here. You know, so much is here. And all the people that they're working with. Mm-hmm. He's saying I'm not gonna go in there. Yeah. these people, yeah, that's been trying to terrorize you and your children, 9 of Swords, trying to break through your protection, your safety. Um, it's going to help the world to see that these people keep trying to break through your boundaries. They keep, it's going to help people to see what these folks are doing to you and then pull these knives out you and your children's back. These people that keep doing this over and over and over again, connected to this person of your past, this Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah. A new beginning and healing for you. Like this person kept doing this to get new beginnings in their lives. So any kind of success that this person, collective people have is coming, is going to come out. It's going to help people to see that the way they got it is by terrorizing you and your children and paying people to do it. And that you are not holding on to a grudge. These people have been doing things to you. They are holding on to a grudge. This person have inner child wounds. This Queen of Wands in reverse. I don't care how beautiful she looks. I don't care what she has. She has inner child wounds that she never dealt with. And she projected it onto the collective and the collective's children. She wanted the collective to be, their children, the collective and their children to be sad, because chances are her and her people started suffering some stuff too as a result of their choices into some fucked up shit. And they know it. Yep. Two of Swords in reverse. Clarity, confusion, bindings, dominations. This person was mad because you all can see them clearly, what they did to you all. And so they have a whole assignment and a whole bunch of people that's basically following you around to antagonize you, to fuck with your energy. This is some people that are upset because they can't confuse you. They're upset because you choose to not fuck with them. They upset because you can see clearly who they were and what they did to you and your children in the past. You could have possibly not followed your intuition in the past with people because of the manipulation and spell work, and they end up terrorizing you and your children. 9 of Swords, creating mental health issues because of their mental health. Nigga. Because of theirs. Terrorizing you and your children, creating stuff, and then going around saying you crazy. Causing confusion and blockages and stuff. Causing people to block you like you crazy. Bitch, please. Yeah, this is going to help you put an end to that shit. People are going to see why you did what you did, why there's been confusion, why you've been struggling so hard, why there's been so much stress, why you stopped talking with your whole fucking bloodline. Because you all have been dealing, some of you all have been dealing with people who refuse to see the truth about them. And ignorance kills. It's not bliss. It kills. Yeah, Knight of Cups. They're going to see why you don't want to talk to them. These are fakes. You're telling people to block you, telling people to not talk to you. This person was fucking with your love life. All kinds of shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. So managing our energy and emotions and doing these things to help ourselves and our children, redirecting our focus there. Oh my God. All of that they keep trying to do. These people are intimidated by your intelligence. Intimidated by that too. That's why they keep sending all them psychic attacks. All that head work.
So I forgot it was noodle.
Final message, and we're done. Final message. Hold on one second. What we have here from Osiris the King. How is the collective going to redirect focus in any moment that they see the video, what they deal with? What's the message of encouragement? Alchemy. Neutrality. Neutrality is a theme. I feel optimistic. Okay. I will see the beauty, redirecting to, I will see the beauty and the goodness in the hearts of every person. So redirecting to those in which you see it. To yourself, your children, okay? To keep your optimism, because that's what they're wanting to kill, what they're trying to take away. By flooding you with these children, these antagonists, these distorted practitioners, these stalkers who want to get a come up off of you and your children, these haters from your childhood or your past. Okay, start your day with a smile. You're going to smile through it, so you're going to hijack your brain there. You're going to take time for yourself, even if you feel like you're in a shoebox. You're going to take some time. He making his way in this shoebox right here. Okay, because you deserve it. And people that's trying to manipulate, manufacture that you don't have a moment to yourself, flag them. Put them on your list. Because how are you going to be doing any program, anything, all these things properly if you're not helping yourself? It goes far beyond saying you need to put your oxygen mask on first. It goes to, we need to have space to do it and people that are assisting with it versus trying to create a problem for it.
This is called.
Okay. Wake up and be fabulous. Osiris says, you're fabulous. Take the time that you deserve. Start your day with a smile. Redirect your attention onto things that could keep fostering your optimism. Play, creativity. Try to assist your kids, moving their attention from all the weird shit that people are doing. Okay? These so-called sophisticated, smart motherfuckers that don't know basic shit. I am unapologetically myself. Yes. Continue to be yourself. That's not to say you don't have room for growth and change, but that authenticity is going to help your frequency as well, because that's a frequency. That's a signature. Okay. So that's going to help your vibration, tapping into all those things. There you go. Gotta go. 2 hours in. This is it, because I got lots of shizzes to do.
Birthday presents.
Me and my son, as a matter of fact, gonna help his energy and mine soon as I click off of this video. Okay. And guys, this does not replace professional, nothing. Get everything, all the tools in your toolkit. Make it work for you though. Okay. Mental health, okay, professional, general practitioners, holistic stuff. Customize your stuff, because it's your body, it's your mind, it's your, okay. I encourage you to be open. Okay. Open to, because what works for one may not work for the other, and vice versa. Okay. All right, guys. All right, girl.